Namaskaram to all Atmas. Today, on this Friday, it is Auspicious Day for Islam. So, we are going to see the message of peace from the Islamic Holy Quran, from Surah 2 Al Baqarah, in our vision to spread the message of peace from various religious philosophies to eradicate the religious intolerance among mankind and to bring peace to humanity and world peace. So, today, in that respect, let us see from the message from Allah as He given in Quran, the Holy Quran, to the mankind. Verily, those who conceal what Allah has sent down of the book of Quran and buy a small gain therewith of worldly things, they eat into their bellies nothing but fire. Allah will not speak to them on the day of resurrection, nor purify them, and theirs will be a painful torment. So, what does it mean is those who conceal what Allah has sent down in the book, Quran. So, Allah has given through the Quran. So what a man has to do the righteous way to reach him. But if somebody misuse or conceal the truth told in the Quran and make money out of it and make a gain and to acquire a worldly things, Allah says they will eat only the fire and they will face the torment for the misdeeds they have done at the time of their death. That is because Allah has sent down the book Quran in truth, and verily those who disputed as regards the book are far away in opposition. So Allah has sent the Prophet Muhammad the Quran to tell the truth to the mankind as to how they have to live. If somebody disputed the truth told in Quran, they are opposing the very objective of the following the true path. It is not albeit piety, righteousness, and each and every act of obedience to Allah that you turn your faces towards east or west in prayers. Because in prayer we turn towards east or west. No. It is not just piety and righteous and each and every act of obedience. So just being obedient to Allah by turning your faces to the east or west is not sufficient. What albeit actually means is the quality of one who believes in Allah, the last day, the angels, the book, the prophets, and gives his wealth in spite of love for it to the kinsfolk, to the orphans, and to the poor, and to the wayfarer, and to those who ask and set slaves free, performs al and gives the zakat, and who fulfills their covenant when they make it, and who are patient in extremely poverty and ailment, disease, and at the time of fighting during the battles. Such are the people of the truth, and they are the pious. So what he says is, Allah, who are the real believers in me, are not just who do prayers by turning towards left or right. They who really have the quality of belief in Allah are the one who, in spite of love for their wealth, they give their wealth to the kinsfolk, to the kingdom, to the orphans, to the poor, and to the wayfarer, and to those who ask, and to set slaves free, performs prayers, and gives the zakat. Zakat means donation to the poor, and who fulfill their covenant when they make it, and who are patient in extreme poverty. So when you face poverty, you should have patience, and you should have patience when you are having a disease. And at the time of fighting the battles, even at the time of battles, you have to have the patience. One who follows such path, they are the people of truth and they are the real pious people who believe Allah. Oh, you believe. Al-Quds, the law of equality in punishment, is prescribed for you in case of murder. The free for the free, the slave for the slave, and the female for the female. But if the killer is forgiven by the brother of the late or the relatives of the killed against blood money, then adhering to it with fairness and payment of the blood money to the heir should be made in fairness. This is an alleviation and a mercy from Lord. So after this, whoever transgresses the limit, that is, kills the killer and takes the blood money, after taking the blood money, he shall have a painful torment. So what he says is, O believer of Allah, what you have to do is, Al-Qist is a law of equality in punishment. What is law of equality in punishment is prescribed for you. Yeah, Quran prescribes the law of equality of punishment. What is that? In case of murder, prescribed for you in case of murder. What it says, the free for the free, the slave for the slave, the female for the female. So, slave for the slave and female for the female means you have to give what you have taken, you have to give back. But if the killer is forgiven by the brother or relative of the killed, suppose a killer who commits the murder, if he has been forgiven by the brother or relatives of the killed, forgiven by what? By against blood money. Blood money means in the absence what he would have given to the family if these people compensate for his death, for his killing. It is called blood money. Then adhering to it fairness and payment of the blood money to the heir should be made in fairness, and that payment of blood money should be made in fairness. This is an alleviation and a mercy from your Lord. This is an alleviation and a mercy. Recently, we have seen in, in Qatar and Kerala, none has killed a local citizen, and police arrested her and about to execute. But our relatives and our government are speaking for giving blood money to the family members of the, but they have been opposing it and negotiations are going on. Once they accept, the government may give mercy as per Quran. That's all the thing. But after taking the blood money, if one kills, then he will be facing a painful torment. It is prescribed for you when death approaches any of you, if he leaves wealth, that he makes a bequest to parents and next of kin according to reasonable manners. This is a duty upon the pious. The one who is believer of Allah, what they have to do is at the time of death. Death approaches any of you. If he leaves wealth, if you have wealth behind him, that he makes a bequest, that is, he should make a will to give his wealth to his parents and next of kin. Next of kin means his family members, wife, children, brothers, sisters, according to reasonable manners. Then whoever changes the bequest after hearing it, the sin shall be on those who make the change. Truly Allah is all hearer, all knower. But after hearing the bequest, if someone changes the bequest after hearing it, the sin shall be on those who make the change. So one who makes the changes, they will be wedded with sins. Because Allah is watching them, Allah is seeing them. But he who fears from a testator some unjust act or wrongdoing, and thereupon he makes peace between the parties concerned, there shall be no sin on him. Certainly Allah is oft forgiven, most merciful. But one thing is, when the old person, while making the bequest, if he does unjust to any of the family members because of his specific grudge or because of his anger against them, like that. So, to correct the unjust, you can make a peace between the person who is giving bequest and other members, and to see that the bequest is done, the property is distributed properly and justly. Then one who does that kind of takes steps to discuss with the parties concerned, they will not be attracting any sin. Yes, certainly Allah is half forgiven and most merciful. He wants that there should be justice that to be done to all. So this is how the Quran explains how the property has to be required. The mode of sharing the spiritual messages, all religious philosophies show us path for human peace and not human destruction. Hence, let us shudder our differences with fellow human beings on account of religion, caste, creed, race, and economic status, and live in harmony with all as one world family, Vasudeva Kutumbakam, and work to uplift the needy in the world, to bring in real peace to humanity and peace in the world. This is what God's second commandment, which is being spread under his instruction, totally surrendering to him. Thank you.